Hi, my name's Pat, and I'm giving a 6-month update on my arm lift. And I will show you also how the arm lift tied into the back lift and breast lift. So I had the brachioplasty back in August of last year, so it's 6 months now. I think almost to the day. And it's been fantastic as far as being able to wear sleeves. I'm wearing a bathing suit, and that's why I'm dressed like this a little bit. But being able to fit into a sleeve like this is, I don't think I've ever fit into narrow sleeves my whole life. And so it's been fantastic. Uh, the recovery was fine. I had to avoid using my arms too much, and was able to do that because I had a month off in Costa Rica at Chatica Ranch, which was terrific. If you look at my earlier videos, you can see how the early recovery was for me. Probably the main thing I'd caution you on is you don't want to be reaching too high over your head. And the doctor warned me about that, so I was careful not to do that. And things are going well. Now I find my forearms a little bit chubby in comparison. Not a huge problem, but sometimes if I roll up my sleeves, they're too tight around my forearms to roll them up. And so I will show you what the arms look like now. I'll try and get up close enough. You see the arms are slender, and the armpit, not a bad result through the armpit. And I'm pretty happy. There's different thicknesses of scar. It's sort of almost disappearing a little bit right here. The scar starts here and goes all through here, goes down through the armpit, and that actually feels like nothing right now. I'm gonna get closer so you can really see. I don't know how the light is. I think the light's probably pretty bad to see, but I think through the armpit looks pretty good. I am finding that what they predicted, what I read about, was that scars after about 6 months, that's when they look the reddest, and so I'm a little self-conscious about what I wear. Obviously not on this video, because, yeah, I'm wearing a bathing suit. But I'm still looking for 3/4 length sleeves, sweaters, jackets, anything I can find. I did wear a shorter sleeve one day, and I sort of got the sense that a couple people were kind of gawking at it. I think most people know what I did at work. I have not kept it a secret whatsoever, and got a lot of support from people, and no complaints. Probably the thickest part is right here, and again, the light, let me see if I can, I'm in my bathroom just for privacy, and otherwise I'd be embarrassed to be talking to myself too. If you can see that, a few little kind of pleating effects here. I'm not sure how that'll all turn out, but you can see right here, very faint already. This is sort of raised. I did wear compression garments for the first, I guess for the first 4 weeks. Got home to my home just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, and it was in the 90s and so hot. It's a bit of a dilemma because you want to wear the compression garments, but on the other hand, um, you're not supposed to be all sweaty around your scars because then that breeds bacteria and you don't want bacteria on your scars. So you kind of have to, I think not getting infected was more of a priority. And I did have a little bit of trouble with some opening around my breast incisions. So how's it been with the arms? It's been pretty uneventful. I would say that I was off for a total of 9 weeks from work. Went back to work, which is a job where I'm not doing any lifting. I work at a hospital and I walk around, work with people, talk with people, do activities with them, but I'm not lifting and hoisting anything. And I didn't find it very painful at all, actually. The movement restrictions was the one thing, and it's a hassle, of course, to be bandaging yourself. If you reach too far or you pull it, then you could get an opening. So I'm very careful not to do that. As far as exercise, I've really shied away from formal exercise just because I guess there's a number of reasons. I would say laziness is sort of up there. Being busy. When I went back to work second week in October, I am self-employed outside of my 3/4 of a full-time hospital job. So once I was back to work, it was I hit the ground running and was quite busy and didn't really have a problem being at work because I had such a good time off and so rested that by the time I did come back, it was kind of uneventful. When I had my sleeve, I took a week off, and that included the day of surgery and then 2 weeks. And it's doable if you have a fairly sedentary job. I was a little tired the third week when I was back at work, but it was doable. But I recommend if you got more sick time, then this would be a good time to use it because then you really recover from surgery. You minimize the risk factors. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about the arm lift. One thing that I did have done is a back lift, and it's not very common, but I'll tell you about it. You see the scar? Oh, I'm done. Light's not very good, but in a way it's good that you can't see it so well. Scar comes down here. Sometimes the scar would typically finish there or up here with the arm lift, but it continues down and goes right underneath my bust here. And what they did was they pulled this way. They pulled the back up and continued this scar down, and that was and they pulled my back as well, and that was done a week after my arm lift. That was done at the same time I had a breast lift. So the scar is one continuous scar. I think they call it a J lift, and it's good. I am very impressed. I am thrilled. I know I was researching back lifts. I know I'm getting off the topic if you just care about arm lifts, but I was researching back lifts because I had a bit of a curtain back, and the only ones I really tended to see were the bra strap lifts that go across your back under your bra. And I think if you had a certain amount of skin, that might be necessary. But try and get this J-lift that comes, like I said, down and curves around right down here, and then curves around the bust, okay? And that does a nice job. And that's, oh yeah, the compression garments, I did wear them for a while. Maybe I need to wear them again now, because some of it is a little bit raised, but it's not keloid by any means. I did fool around a lot with tape, but I'm really allergic to that tape. It just, my skin breaks out. It's at half an hour, I gotta rip the stuff off, and I'm just like, ugh, and it's so red that I just can't use that. I could have got the silicone tape. Um, there's part of me that thought, well, you want your scar to be thin and light and smooth and all the rest of it, but on the other hand, you want it to be strong and not open. So there's a compromise there, and I scar well, so I'm guessing that in my particular case, it's probably not going to be a big issue. But I'm starting to think about it more now to wear the compression garments again on my arms. Maybe try the tape again, although I'm not sure how well that would work because I was allergic then. I'm not going to be different now. So anyway, I will update you as I go along. I'm going to try and lose about 10 pounds because I did gain about 10 pounds, so I'm finding that the right around here, it just, how can I show you? You can, it's almost like Popeye arms. You can see it's a bit thicker. Well, in this picture, it really looks thicker. You can, anyway, the forearms are still a little bit chubby. I'm about 147, and I came home about 144. I've been as high as 149 around just after Christmas. So yeah, if you gain weight, you won't gain it in the same place, and you'll gain it somewhere else, and it'll look a little bit odd. I'm telling you right now, it might spread itself around, but in the meantime, it's a little bit tight on my forearms and for shirts, but otherwise, the arm lift I am ecstatic about. It was great. I can't imagine having lived with arms that I had before. It is terrific. That's all I'm going to say. Terrific.